Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a video for you about a PC game that I picked up called Insurgency. It's a little $15 Steam game, an independent game. I met the developers at PAX and I lost the tournament to get a key, but I ended up just picking it up at home. It's a neat little game. It's a very hardcore game. I would describe it as if DayZ and Counter Strike had a baby. It reminded me a lot of Counter Strike and a lot of DayZ. I couldn't really pick which one was which. It's a little bit more forgiving than DayZ. You die in maybe 2 shots instead of 1. But a little bit less forgiving than Counter-Strike, unless, of course, if you're playing with the PC Master Race, headshot-only Deagle aimbot gods that just never miss. Those guys are crazy. You don't want to play with those. But right now I'm playing with an AKM and a Makarov. I also have heavy armor on, which slows me down a little bit, but instead of being able to take a couple of bullets, I can maybe take 3 or 4 if I'm lucky. But this game is very, very hardcore, very unforgiving. You die very, very quickly, and it's kind of neat. I kind of like it. You also don't get any sort of special radar. You don't get much of a HUD. It lets you know which objectives you have, and you can sometimes see your teammates depending on which mode you're playing. This mode here, I can actually see my teammates. I have an idea of where they are, and that's to simulate, you know, being on comms with each other. But there are some game modes where you don't even have that. Grenades are absolutely brutal in this game, because if the only warning that you get for a grenade, it's not like Call of Duty where you get an indicator. You just hear this very soft kind of clink or thud on the ground, and I got sniped. I went out there to shoot the guy off B and I got sniped, and now we're going to watch my teammates play. Because it's such a low graphical fidelity game, not in a bad way, it's just not very demanding. It's an indie game, and the developers thought it would be best to make it where almost everybody could play it instead of just making it super demanding. They can do things like dual render scopes, which you just saw. You'll probably see it again here. Yeah, there's another dual render scope, and some other things like that. But overall, I kind of like this game. The mode that I'm playing right now, I would liken it to Call of Duty Domination and maybe Search and Destroy if those two made out and had a baby. We're using that euphemism a lot today. But basically, you all spawn in, and every time you take an objective, your team gets to respawn. So let's say the enemy grabs 2 and they kill most of your team, but you and your buddy manage to run to B flag and capture B flag. That's going to respawn your team, and you get to come back out and fight. And that guy is running no armor, lightweight, everything. He rushed me super, super hard, and if I had not had heavy armor, I would be super, super dead. I almost died there. This is the round where I do really good, and I kind of thought maybe it was bad to show off a dark map in this game, that maybe I should have showed a more colorful or interesting map, and then it kind of hit me that maybe a dark map is good. I actually had to turn the brightness up on this a little bit to make it a little bit easier for you all to see at home, because the game gives you no sort of buffering or no break for playing in the dark. The map that I played was very dark. People hid in the shadows. It was like, this is real life. This is how people are going to play. You need to just kind of deal with it. And that's how this game rolls. Some of the other more interesting things that you might see is very limited magazine counts. You only start with 2 or 3 tops unless you trade in some of your equipment to carry more magazines. And when you shoot your gun, it flashes really brightly unless you have some sort of flash suppressor or a silencer or something like that. And it also has a smoke trail that it comes out of the end of the barrel. So when you shoot and smoke comes out of your barrel, they can kind of, if you run really fast, they can see the smoke trail and they can see where the smoke is coming from and come and kill you. This is a game that a lot of people play with headphones of some kind, Astros, Turtle Beaches, whatever. I actually played with my Olden Fatality headphones that my wife got me so that I could kind of hear where people are shooting from, because it's very, very important to play with 3D surround sound. Again, it does have some sort of surround sound support, and you'll be up a creek without it. Leaning also very nice, though I don't do it as much as I should. I'm just in this very COD-centric mindset that I shouldn't be in. I'm sitting here playing this hardcore PC game, and I'm like, don't camp. Camping is boring. It's not going to make an interesting gameplay. Everybody's going to judge you on the channel. Somebody's going to question your sexuality and call you out for camping in the chat here. That's totally not the case. This is just not a game where camping is really an issue. Some of the issues that I have run into, though, were server problems. Right now there's not a whole lot of people on it because it's new and it's independent and it's not really bumping really hard right now. Level Cap did a video on it and that bumped it pretty good, but I didn't really pick up on it after his. We did end up winning. I kind of felt like a hero because I was the one that captured the point and let my whole team respawn and come back in, and that is eventually what allowed us to win the game. Also, highest kill death ratio. You can see that my ping is a little bit high. 120 ping is a problem. That's kind of what I was talking about with the server problems. Right now, I'm pretty sure that I'm playing on a UK server. My ping isn't maybe that bad for a UK server, but it's not that great considering the fact that there's a lot of UK guys in here that have 20 ping, 30 ping, 15 ping, and a game where you can easily die in one shot or two shots and all the guns shoot at very realistic rates of fire and that sort of stuff. It's very bad if you turn a corner, which I think I am about to do in a little bit. I think I'm going to kill one person and then I'm going to turn a corner, and it's not going to end up very well for me because the other guy is in the UK and he has a much better ping and he's able to kill me very quickly. That being said, he might have just had good reaction time and killed me quickly anyway. It's just that kind of game. It can go either way. One of the things that I did find useful is to run a foregrip on your gun. It helps with the recoil a little bit, and most importantly, it helps with hip fire. If you don't have foregrip, your hip fire is just awful, but you can hip fire pretty good with the foregrip, so I was looking the other way, so he probably would have got me anyway. But we're going to swap over and watch this absolute hero on my team. He's running a very similar gun, except he has a sight on it, and when it comes to creating your guns, you can pick almost any real-life gun that you want, even a few World War II guns, which I'll be showing off in a little bit, and then you have a certain number of points, kind of like Call of Duty, with which to put attachments on. Generally speaking, the most valuable attachments are the high complexity scopes. So yeah, like a scope like that is going to be a 3 or 4 point attachment, whereas a foregrip will be 1, armor penetrating rounds will be 2, extra magazines will be, a couple of points here and there. So it only allows you to pick a couple of things. I had a tendency to gravitate toward foregrips and sights when necessary. Though when playing real people, armor penetrating rounds are very important. Almost every single person that I played in a real person, look at this guy go. This guy's just a champion here. See, I'm dead, but this guy's just championing on in, killing people. Most of the real people actually did wear body armor of some kind, even though it makes them run a little bit slower because you only get one life to live, and because of the type of people that play sort of military shooter simulatory kind of games, they didn't have a great propensity to run out and rush me really hard. I'm going to show a couple other clips from other guys. This guy has some sort of old World War II gun. It's like an M1 Garand or something, or an SVU. It's just crazy, and he put a dot sight on it and he's trying to get these guys on the stairwell. That's probably the most Counter-Strikey thing I saw in this game, one of the most impressive pieces of gameplay that I saw. This is me. This is my last round on this server. We're playing a game that's very similar to Team Fortress 2, where you have to go and grab the intel and bring it back. Just for fun, I saw that there was an MP40 class, the old World War II MP40. Not sure how that's relevant or why there's machine guns on the top of these cars that don't seem to be functional for that matter, but I just had to do it, so I wanted to put a red dot on my MP40 and play very aggressive. This is actually the second round because my very aggressive first round didn't end up very well. And it didn't end up very well for me here either. I managed to get a kill and get killed. That's kind of the life of submachine gunners in this game. The vast majority of players gravitate toward assault rifles, designated marksman rifles, and sniper rifles. There's not a whole lot of SMG guys like me. So if you do hop on, be a man, get an SMG, come in here, help us out, push some objectives, do something useful. Be our meat shield. I'm going to look out this window and catch a guy camping a spawn. Well, it's not really camping a spawn. He's protecting the intel. And then we're going to, after hearing me shoot upstairs, there's a guy that's about to run up the stairs and just kind of get the drop on me. Not that one, but another one's going to end up getting the drop on me and killing me, and that is Insurgency, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, or check out the game linked down there in the description. Drifter out.